a place on Earth that is as unexplored as space. That place is the Mariana Trench. It holds secrets and creatures like no other, and today we are going to talk about these creatures only. But before we start, why don't you subscribe to the channel? With that note, let's get started. Welcome back to Discovery Scene. Let's start our list. The Goblin Shark. The goblin shark is a rare species of shark that can grow to the length of over 10 feet. It has peculiar pinkish skin, a long, flat nose, and a projecting mouth loaded with many razor-sharp fangs. Goblin shark employ their senses of sight and smell and electrodetection to find prey. When it's time to attack, the shark ambushes its prey and dramatically expands its snout and to expose its jaw. The prey is engulfed in the jaws' bite as they slingshot forward. Thankfully, fish like dragonfish or cephalopods are the most popular foods. In any case, we would want to avoid countering one of these terrifying looking creatures underwater. The Fangtooth. This is undoubtedly one of the most frightening looking deep sea fish due to its enormous jaw and unattractive skin. According to researchers, the fangtooth has the longest teeth of any oceanic animal in proportion to its body. The fish can grow up to 6 inches in length. However, the fangtooth can eat much larger fish or squid that can come its way because of its enormous mouth and formidable teeth. Due to their poor vision, fangtooths are reported to locate their prey by observing their movements in the water. Pink see-through FANTASIA. This strangely called creature is a transparent sea cucumber with pink skin that can be peeled back to reveal its inside organs. To consume benthic sediment, the cucumber can swim up to above the water above the ocean's surface. Unusually, the pink see-through FANTASIA uses skin-based bioluminescence to ward off predators. If attacked, the predator becomes bright and vulnerable to attack from other creatures and animals because of the luminescent coating. The comb jellies. The Mariana Trench is home to hundreds of different species that can be as small as a few millimeters or as large as 5 feet in length. The gelatinous bodies of comb jellies, which are covered in bioluminescent combs, have a lovely shimmering rainbow-colored appearance. Comb jellyfish consume other comb jellies, plankton, and crustaceans for food. They have 2 tentacles and they entice their prey into their mouths, which are then broken down by enzymes and muscle contractions. They impolitely regurgitate unnecessary information back into the sea through their jaws. The barrel-eyed fish. The unique barrel-shaped eyes of the barrel-eye fish, sometimes known as the spookfish, gaze upwards in search of their next meal. The head has big nostrils that are sometimes mistaken for eyes before the actual eye barrels and is covered in a transparent dome. When the fish consumes jellyfish, the dome shields it from being stung and gives it distinctly science fiction appearance. Barrel eyes will float in the water while they wait for their prey to approach them with food. They can immediately strike when the timing is right because of their powerful fins, which also help them maintain their position. The telescope octopus. Due to its ability to blend in with the ocean's depths, the telescope octopus, which is almost translucent and colorless, is frequently referred to as the ghost octopus. The octopus's distinctive revolving tubular eyes are where it gets its name. The odd-looking creature, around 8 inches long, spends its time drifting vertically through the water column in search of food. The vampire squid. The eerie vampire squid has evolved to live at least 2,000 to 3,000 feet below the water's surface. What you might not expect from their name is the squid uses filaments on their 8 arms to locate and collect food. Instead, this originates from the fact that it is the last surviving member of the order Vampiromorphida. The squid does have a rather ominous appearance due to its bioluminescent light and deep red color. The vampire squid wraps its arms upwards over its body and projects tiny spiky protrusions when it feels threatened. It has the ability to shoot bioluminescent fluids that adheres to its foe. This not only confuses the predator and enables the squid to flee, but it can also increase their visibility and increase their risk of being attacked. The frilled shark. Suppose you encountered a frilled shark while swimming or scuba diving. You would unquestionably be terrified. The peculiar look of this wide-mouthed eel-like shark has earned it the nickname Living Fossil due to the fact that it hasn't altered over millions of years. The frightening-looking frilled shark has more than 300 needle-like teeth that are more than up to the task of consuming its meal of smaller sharks, fish, and cephalopods. Like snakes or eels, frilled sharks hunt by lunging to swallow their prey into their hinged jaws. How about pushing some of our viewers into the ocean full of thrilled sharks? Wouldn't that be nice? Subscribe to the channel before that happens. Just kidding. That sounds creepy, right? Let's move on. The deep sea hatchet fish. The deep sea hatchet fish gets its name from the way its thin, blade-like body resembles a hatchet held in the hand. This animal's clever utilization of bioluminescent light for camouflage is what makes it so fascinating and odd. The hatchet fish has photophores along their bellies and sides, which can use to imitate the low levels of light coming from above. By doing this, they almost disappear from view when approaching predators or prey. The benthochodon jellyfish. A stunning deep-water jellyfish that resembles an alien, the benthochodon. They're smaller than most jellyfish and are bright red in color as opposed to the clear ones that are the majority. The jellyfish spend their entire lives moving around, swimming deep within the water column. It is thought that the animal's red bell hides its bioluminescent glow from the species it has consumed. Because of this, it can maintain its camouflage in the dark and avoid being seen by predators and prey. The Mariana snailfish. The Mariana snailfish currently holds the title for being the deepest fish ever discovered. Between 20,335 feet and 26,495 feet below the surface, the Mariana Trench is thought to be home to this peculiar looking fish. The snailfish has loose skin instead of scales and resembles a tadpole in appearance. It feeds on tiny crustaceans that it discovers on the bottom with its tiny teeth. The snailfish is believed to have very few predators and appears to be present in the trench in a fair amount. The snailfish has evolved its other senses to find food because it is believed to be completely blind, like many other dwellers of the lowest oceans. The zombie worms. The word zombie conjures up pictures of the undead gnawing ferociously on the brains of their victims. On the other hand, the zombie worm is a living organism that enjoys munching on the bones of whales that have perished and fallen to the ocean floor. When drilling through bones, zombie worms employ unique root tissues that release acid and work with symbiotic bacteria to break down the proteins and lipids they contain. They can breathe using feathery plumes on their bodies that wave in the water. These are visible, protruding from the holes the worms drilled in the bones. Living on the carcass of a grey whale found in the depth of 9,491 feet, the worms were first spotted in 2002. Even if these scavengers that produce acid don't represent much of a hazard unless you're a whale carcass in the deep ocean, they do seem frightening enough to us. The Dumbo octopus. The Dumbo octopus is more weird than frightening because of its floppy ears. The first samples were discovered by scientists in 1883, but it wasn't until the 1990s that a living Dumbo octopus was observed from a submersible. Pelagic umbrella octopuses, called Dumbo octopuses, are around 10 inches long. The deepest observed live specimen was discovered in 2020 in water 22,824 feet deep. Their gelatinous nature allows them to thrive in severe water depths below 3,300 feet. The octopus's so-called Dumbo ears, which give the creature its name, are actually swimming fins. The octopus uses its 8 tiny tentacles to help it move around or to walk along the bottom. Worms, amphipods, copepods, isopods, and other crustaceans are the favourites of Dumbo octopuses. It charges at its victim and swallows them whole so that they can be gradually processed inside of it. The black sea devil anglerfish. Many people are familiar with the black sea devil anglerfish because of its appearance in the Disney classic Finding Nemo. This fish undoubtedly qualifies as a frightening deep ocean resident with its oddly formed body and pointed teeth. The bioluminescent lure called an esker that protrudes from the anglerfish's heads and is used to draw prey gives their fish their name. Although sea devil anglerfish appear to be enormous, they are actually quite small. Males are just approximately 1 inch tall, but females typically reach a height of 8 inches. However, they can ingest food much larger than their size due to their gaping jaws. The dragonfish. A family of fish called dragonfish has unusually big teeth for their size. Between 700 and 6,000 feet under the surface, dragonfish can be found. The reddish light produced by the bioluminescent photophores for the flanks of the deep sea dragonfish is used to entice prey and partners. In order to lure possible prey, they also have a projecting photophore on their chin that they employ as a fishing pole. Well, all of these animals are scary but very fascinating. Which one intrigues you the most? Tell us in the comment section below. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.